Good evening, moron! There's not much going on in America this week. Barely anything to report on. Only things happening are just a successful coup against the current president, an unelected nominee installed by the deep state, another president getting shot in the face, the director of the Secret Service resigning, a major cyber attack, and a whale jumping on a boat. So not really much worth talking about. But nonetheless, let us begin by starting with our news segment called It's Definitely Not a Coup. After receiving massive pressure to step down from the presidential race from Democratic elites, and most likely having funds and resources withdrawn, President Biden has officially pulled out of the presidential race. And his official statement was complete with a forged signature. And of course, the official reason he stepped down is because he has dementia. Even though we've known he has dementia and they've been using him as president for 4 years, he definitely stepped down because he just now has dementia. This is not a coup. And given that it was just now discovered that he's too mentally impaired to run for president, that same mentally impaired guy endorsed Kamala Harris to be the Democratic nominee. Which actually kind of makes sense when you think about it. Now let's hear it from the next president, her herself. Take it away, Kamala.
We have earned the support of enough delegates to secure the Democratic nomination.
Well, technically, she didn't earn the support of delegates, as in our democracy, voters didn't have a chance to vote for their nominee because we waited until after primary season to replace Biden. Weird how even BLM is calling this out rather than supporting this definitely black woman. So after Biden is pulled from the ticket against his will and Kamala is installed as the candidate against the will of the people, citizens will have a chance to vote for Kamala so she can save our democracy, is what we're telling you. And she's fit for the job. You can trust us when we tell you that. Because just 3 weeks ago, we told you that Biden is fitter than ever, and then we did a 180 on him. And you can tell we at the media are serious about Kamala because we're already running cover for her. You might remember how Biden anointed her as the border czar. Well, given that the border has been a massive failure by design, we at the media are now telling you that she never was the border czar. Even though those exact same media outlets previously acknowledged her as the border czar, as is the case with Axios here. And the fact checkers are now on high alert and working overtime to protect the public from the reality of our strong candidate. Here you can see that a video by a right-wing comedian being less than complimentary of Kamala was instantly pounced on by the fact checkers. For your protection. You know we're serious about a candidate when mainstream media and big tech are working in lockstep to shape the narrative about them rather than letting you see the reality about them. Now, on to a question on everybody's mind. Will Kamala replace Biden as president before the election? Well, I'm sure that won't happen, because if that were to be the case, for Trump to be elected, that would mean he'd be the third different president in 4 months, and some people wouldn't want that kind of instability. And it would position Kamala as the incumbent, which is traditionally a much stronger position for a candidate to be in during an election. So we're really quite certain that the DNC would absolutely not do such a tactic to manipulate voters, because that would be election interference. And they would never do that. And there's precisely zero likelihood that they'll start World War III so they can usher in martial law as an excuse to cancel elections. Which is the same strategy they used in Ukraine to cancel their elections in an effort to save their democracy. That never existed. In other news, Secret Service Director Kim Cheadle had to resign in disgrace for failing to assassinate Trump. She was trying to do the opposite. Kim Cheadle had some good, strong, wholesome, honest testimony while getting grilled by Congress. Take a look.
What about a man laying on a building that has direct line of sight of President Trump with a gun that people are screaming and pointing out? Is that a threat, Ms. Cheadle?
Once that individual was identified, they were neutralized.
No, they were neutralized. Crooks was neutralized after he shot President Trump in the face, Ms. Cheadle.
He definitely wasn't identified as a threat until he took a shot at President Trump, okay? Well, Technically, he took several shots at Trump before he was identified as a threat. To prove that, take a look at this body cam footage released by Senator Chuck Grassley, where agents are discussing how they had taken pictures of the would-be assassin and were sending them to other agents during the rally prior to the shots being fired.
Greg, that's the sniper that sent the original pictures and seen him come from the bike and set the book bag down and then lost sight of him. Okay. He's the one that sent the pictures out. I don't know if you got the same ones I did.
I think I did, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they were just taking pictures of him because he's such a good-looking guy. There was no way to know he could have possibly been a threat. There's really nothing suspicious at all here. Lone gunman, that's it. Can we stop asking questions? Cheeto resigned. Isn't that enough for you people? And in other news, with all the turmoil going on with assassinations and coups, I wonder what Alex Jones thinks will happen next.
The desperate deep state. So cyber attacks, power outages.
Cyber attacks? What an idiot. That guy's never right about anything. This just in! 3 days after Alex Jones said that, the nation suffers a massive IT disruption with CrowdStrike. And this is being ruled a coincidence. Therefore, he's wrong once again. And now that Kamala's installed, I wonder what Jones thinks of that.
They will move to put Hillary Clinton in.
Oh, God. That sounds lovely. And finally, here's two guys delivering the Olympic torch to Paris. Can't wait for the woke Olympics this year. That's it for today's news. There are no coups, no inside jobs, there's no deep state, and no critical thinking allowed. Go back to bed, America, and never wake up. Good night.
I can't even tell if this tree's real or not. Hey, now I'm gonna fearmonger you. If there's one mineral you should be worried about not getting enough of, it's magnesium. Magnesium is the body's master mineral, powerful for over 600 critical reasons, including hormone balance, stress management, sleep quality, even digestion. Sounds great, but there are two big problems here. Number one, magnesium has largely been missing from US soils since the 1950s, which explains why about 75% of our population is deficient in it. And number two, most supplements only contain 1 or 2 forms of magnesium, but your body needs 7. But here's the good news. The only supplement on the market that has all 7 forms of magnesium that your body needs is Magnesium Breakthrough by Bioptimizers. I've been using it religiously for over 4 years now because I feel the difference it makes, and that's why I'm so excited to tell you about a killer deal I was able to arrange for you. Now, you won't find this deal on Amazon or even the company's own website. This is a deal only for my audience while supplies last. Get this. Right now, you can get a bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough for free. Right now, go to magbreakthrough.com/JPFree to get your bottle of Magnesium Breakthrough for free.